everyone, the Sports Guy Show is here, also officially known as Shaked Barta. Ladies and gentlemen, the NFL 2018 NFL Draft is over. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about what the Carolina Panthers did and give you overall my grade for the 2018 Carolina Panthers Draft. So let's start it off with the first pick. In the 2018 NFL Draft, 24th pick overall, the Carolina Panthers select wide receiver DJ Moore out of Maryland. DJ Moore is a speedster, so the Panthers feel they're all right there drafting DJ Moore. And if I'm Cody Samuel, if I'm Demir Baird, if I'm Austin Duke, I'm very worried about my job security. Because DJ Moore, ladies and gentlemen, he has a chance to start right away from day one. He's going to be a speedster. Going to be a great replacement for Ted Ginn Jr. Panthers lost 2 years ago when he went ahead and signed with the arch enemy, the New Orleans Saints. Ever since, the Panthers lack speedster. Last season, they drafted Cody Samuel. Unfortunately, had trouble staying healthy. So, Panthers couldn't have a speedster. Then Demir Baird also suffered a devastating injury in Week 16, clinching game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, the Panthers last season lacked speed. We saw that against the New Orleans Saints in the playoff game, wild card game. So, hopefully, with DJ Moore, that won't be an issue anymore, and I don't think it will. I expect DJ Moore to have a great rookie season with the Carolina Panthers. With the second round pick, the Panthers drafted a speedster at cornerback, Dante Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, he is one of the fastest players in the entire draft. I'm talking about offense, defense, special team, you name it. Jackson is a speedster. He's going to start alongside James Bradbury. He's going to be very difficult to beat in one-on-one coverage. Jackson, I expect him to do a great job against the number 2 wide receiver. At times, we might see him taking on the best wide receiver. Now, is not necessarily a very tall cornerback. The officially listed as 5'10". His game resembles Josh Norman. Now, if Dante Jackson can become anywhere close to Josh Norman, then ladies and gentlemen, the Panthers are going to have a great starting cornerback in the NFL for years to come. No question about that. And they will be very difficult to beat the Carolina Panthers. Now in the third round, the Panthers selected cornerback, but they officially call him safety, so I will also call him safety, Rashad Goldman out of Tennessee. We should mention Dante Jackson out of LSU, DJ Moore, Maryland, and Goldman out of Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, I saw on Twitter some say, oh, why not draft Rodney Harrison? Ronnie Harrison from Alabama is a better safety. The issue is, Goldman can also play cornerback. Harrison can just play safety. So the Panthers, let's say hypothetical, Captain Malonman does not make the team. Just hypothetical, throwing it out there. So you have a replacement right away in Goldman. And Goldman can also play at safety. He can replace the senior safety on the team, 95-year-old Mike Adams. Of course, I'm joking, Mike Adams is not 95 years old, but you get the deal. He's one of the oldest players in the NFL today. He's the oldest player on the Carolina Panthers roster. He's 37 years old. So, you have Goldman who can step in, replace Mike Adams at the starting position. So that was a great pick by the Panthers. I really like that pick. Now, fourth round picks. The Panthers had an additional third round. They traded with Green Bay. Green Bay got that pick. Panthers at a 4th round pick. 4th round pick. Panthers selected tight end Ian Thomas. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Ian Thomas not only has a great story and a very sad story. Unfortunately, he lost both of his parents when he was very young. His mother died of complication from tooth access when he was just 9 years old. The following year, his father died as a result of a heart attack. And Ian Thomas lived with his sibling, his older brother, 19 years old, to raise him. And eventually he got to Indiana, accepted into Indiana. He put up great numbers. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying today or even this season he's going to be a starter. But next year, I'm talking about 2019 season, and behind that, Ian Thomas has a chance to be a starting tight end for your Carolina Panthers. He has the height, the speed, the durability, and the character, the right characters that you need to be a great, potentially starting tight end for the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers absolutely got a steal with Ian Thomas in the 4th round. Now, moving on, the Panthers said, you know what, let's trade. So, later on, in the 5th round, they decided to take first, they took linebacker Jermaine Carter out of Maryland, a pretty good linebacker. He has a chance to be a special team player for the Panthers. Then the Panthers traded their pick. They had an additional 5th round pick. They decided to trade it along with a 6th round pick. And they took who could be the steal of the draft. I'm talking about Marquise Haynes out of Ole Miss. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a defensive end. And he has a chance next season, once Julius Pepper make it official and retire, Haynes has a chance to start and replace Julius Peppers. Haynes is a pretty good defensive end at Mississippi, put up tremendous numbers, and you're looking potentially, as I said, at a starting defensive end 2019. I expect him even this season, along with Deshaun Hall, which the Panthers drafted last season, who couldn't stay healthy, unfortunately. I'm expecting Haynes and Deshaun Hall both to put tremendous numbers this season, and to be a great contributor on the backup and also play on special team. Haynes seems like he has the type of speed that you can put him on special team. So overall a great pick. The Panthers potentially again got a steal in the draft. Now finally, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the 7th round pick. And in the 7th round pick, first the Panthers took Andre Smith from North Carolina, linebacker / defensive end. Then they took defensive tackle Kendrick Norton. Do not call him, ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, do not call him Ken Norton's son. Do not call him Ken Norton Jr. cousin or uncle. He is not related whatsoever to Ken Norton Jr., the tremendous former defense linebacker. Now he's a coach for the Oakland Raiders, soon to be the Las Vegas Raiders. So Kendrick Norton is a project, and he has a chance to make the team. I'm not sure if he will or won't, because the Panthers right now are pretty deep at defensive tackle, but only time will tell. At worst, I expect him to make the practice squad. Now, Andre Smith, the 7th round pick. Here's the story about Andre Smith that people don't know. This season, he couldn't stay healthy. The previous year, he put up 113 tackles. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely impressive. Now, I'm not saying Andre Smith is going to be a starter from day one. Obviously, he's not. And he might not never become a starter, but he's the type of player that if he can stay healthy, and that is a big if, he's going to have a great career, potentially in the NFL. He has the height, the speed. As I mentioned, he can play linebacker, can play defensive end, and he has a chance to have a great, very long career in the NFL. Now, the Panthers, once the draft over, they sign quarterback Kyle Allen, pretty good prospect. They also sign running back Regen Biffin from Louisville, also a pretty good prospect. And they sign a couple of offensive tackle, one from Clemson, one from West Virginia, one from Western Michigan. So, Panthers, overall, I thought they had a decent draft. Would I have liked them to draft a running back in the draft? Yeah, I would. Would I liked them to draft a quarterback? Yes, I would. But even more importantly, would have I liked the Panthers to draft a center, replacement for Ryan Khalil, a guard or a tackle? Yes, I would. But overall, looking at who they drafted, the Panthers, in my opinion, did not reach for any player. They did not take any player who were expected to go, let's say, in the 5th round, and instead they took him in the 3rd or 4th round. So, overall, the Carolina Panthers had a pretty good draft. Of course, you can always do better. Anything in life, you can do better. And in football, obviously, you can do better. But I have a feeling of the players that the Panthers have drafted: DJ Moore, Dante Jackson, Rashawn Goldman, Marquise Hayes, and Ian Thomas. 5 of these players are going to be starters in the NFL for a very long time. The other players, they're question mark. But you know what? That is okay. Because if you can get 5 players from this draft, from your current draft class, to be a starters in the NFL for a long time, that means, my friend, that you have done a great job. So, my overall grade for the Carolina Panthers is B-. I would have given them A, or potentially even an A+, as the Panthers drafted a quarterback, a running back, and more importantly, guard or tackle or center. But like I said, they didn't reach. They did a pretty good job. Now it's time for mini camp. And ladies and gentlemen, you can always reach me on Twitter, Sports Guy Show, Instagram, Sports Guy Show, and on YouTube, Sports Guy Show. I'd like to get your comments regarding the draft, what you like, what you dislike, and feel free to let me know if you like the video or not. So with that, the Sports Guy Show is signing off with saying, keep pounding, and let's go Panthers, let's go.